Hello there, boys and girls. This is not a podcast. Kieran is not here. He is not in my room. He's never been in my room. We live in two different countries and we've only talked on Skype. But he's not on Skype either. Yeah, I'm completely isolated and lonely. This is not a podcast. This is a Q&A, which you might remember from a few months ago when I decided to take a break and a hiatus, as fancy people call break, and I decided to resume that. And basically, what I do here is I answer questions that I've gotten on Tumblr mostly. And a few questions are weird, other questions are fine, but the goal is to be somewhat entertaining or at least relaxing, because people have said that they like my voice. So I figured a long time ago now that I should do stuff like this. But I shouldn't really have to explain what the Q&As are, because I don't think that this is going to get loads of new viewers. But hello anyway, hello, I'm waving to you right now. This is going to be vaguely different. I'm going to add some gaming footage in the background, because I felt like it. I felt it could be a new change, something different for people to watch. And the footage I'm going to include is a Minecraft city that I built a few months ago for you to watch. I'm just going to show it in the background. I'm not going to comment on it and anything like that. It's just going to be there in the background as sort of ambient visual accompaniment to me speaking. Yes. And I mean, you can obviously choose to ignore it if you like that, but I wouldn't like that, because I would want you to compliment me on my fantastic Minecraft building abilities. But nevertheless, I'm mostly going to care about answering your questions. It's a lovely spring day here in Sweden. I'm sitting here as the sun is going down. The sky is relatively clear, blue, but I'm sure it will start raining at some point in the week. It's the lovely Swedish weather. Come here to Scandinavia. Come to Scandinavia this summer. We have lovely history. You can go and look at some rune stones with runes from the Vikings, and then you can go to Stockholm and eat fish, and then you can go home again. You don't need to go to Copenhagen or Oslo or Gothenburg or any of those places. They are. Stockholm is the capital of Scandinavia, which, it's agreed upon by all Scandinavians. No one has a problem with that. Anyway, it's time for the first question. It comes from a person named Jake the Potato Pancake. Well, actually, that's not a person. That's a potato pancake. I must admit that Jake, I don't think Jake is not a good name for a potato pancake. When I imagine a potato pancake, I imagine it having a name like Humphrey or Rudolph or something like that. Something more traditional, not Jake. Jake isn't a good name for a regular potato. Jake is a name for like a soft drink or something cool, not a potato pancake. But sure, I will answer your question. I won't insult your name, because I'm sure that being a potato pancake is difficult enough. I like potato pancakes. I like to have them with a bit of pork and lingonberries because I'm Swedish. Well, he says, you are the bee's knees. Thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. I love the fuck up. Even with that jerk, Kieran. Is there an ETA on the next one? Question mark. Well, I had to look up what ETA referred to, because I'm not good at abbreviations. I mean, I learned your fucking language. I don't need to learn your abbreviations as well. You know how much I struggled with ASAP? I couldn't understand what ASAP meant. I thought it was like an obscure word, and I kept getting confused by it. But apparently it means as soon as possible, and ETA apparently means estimated time of arrival. I'm not saying that you should avoid using abbreviations when messaging me. I mean, speak your own language. I have to look up the abbreviations if I don't understand them. But I got a little bit annoyed by that one, because I don't like to feel stupid. Anyway, the next podcast, I don't know when it's coming out. We haven't recorded anything for a while because Kieran is occupied with a big project right now. A big project. And then he also got a lot of school stuff to do. So there most likely won't be a podcast in a while, I'm afraid. But we'll do one if we get time to record it. And that's sort of why I'm bringing back the Q&As right now, because I need to fill my channel with something while the podcast is gone. Okay, the second question comes from Lola. Hello there, Lola. Hey, hi. I hope it's a she, otherwise I just flirted with a man, which is, well, it's alright, but it's not where I'm orientated towards. But Lola asked me, I love listening to you talk so much, and I don't know why. I'll give this some thought and get back to you once I formulated a hypothesis. Well, Lola, let me just clear my voice for you. Hi, Lola. You like listening to me talk, don't you? Ah, yes, I can talk more to you. Put on your headphones and then sit down in a closed, dark room, and then I'll say, Lola, hello. I hope you enjoyed that, Lola, and if you want to hear more of my voice, send me more messages. Anyway, away from that, and next question. This is from Anonymous, not the organization, but an anonymous person, i.e. someone who doesn't want to be named, maybe because of this question being a little bit embarrassing for you. Yes. I mean, it has to be a little bit of an odd question, because otherwise why would you send me this question anonymously? I mean, it must be something really freaky now. So, here we go. Anonymous asked me, I must ask, and I don't know whether you've been asked this before, but I'd really like to know. You can see this is going to be a very strange question. What is your favorite color? Also, why? Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer that. It seems very private. What if someone will judge me? No, it's one of those questions. I haven't actually gotten it before, but it's one of those odd questions that I don't really understand why people ask that question, because you don't get people asking you what's your favorite note or what's your favorite taste. It is generally accepted when it comes to, say, music, it's not the notes that matters, it's the compositions, the folk tunes or the pop songs that matters. And yet you're supposed to pick one color? I mean, it's a bit of a different thing, I suppose, but still, I mean, I don't really have one color that I like, it's different colors. And it depends wholly on the situation you're in. I mean, certain colors fit certain situations, and certain colors do not fit certain situations. I mean, I could say black, but I don't want black everywhere. I still like to have white, and I like the color red, but that doesn't mean that I refuse the color blue. And it's a very odd question that way, and I think most people just answer immediately. They have a sort of prepared answer, they have a prepared color they know they like, so they end up saying that color, but I can't do that. I mean, if I have to say a color, I will be obnoxious and pretentious and say burgundy or something like that, just to fuck with the people who expect me to answer yellow or green or red. Fuck off. Alright, I think I'm going to answer one question more, and then I'll be back next week or something like that for a new Q&A. It's not going to be a long hiatus again. Don't worry, I'm going to be with you soon enough. The constant reader asks, what kind of teacups do you like? Since you prefer your tea warm and cozy, I imagine you as a mug kind of guy, but I can also see you with a pipe, the Green Mile, and a pretty delicate flower-decorated teacup. Well, of course, you can't really get enough of delicate flower-decorated things in your lives, can you? But I like big mugs. And I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Oh, I'm so witty. But obviously there is a time and place for smaller cups. If you do have a teapot, then it is then you should in fact have smaller cups. That's the right way of doing things. But if you just sort of want to drink tea on its own without bothering with a teapot and everything, it's alright to have a big nice cup. And I think most people will agree that we want our cup sizes to be as big as possible. In fact, because I like being hypocritical, despite making jokes about Denmark, I do have a cup here that says Den Kungelige Danske Marine. And I'm not pronouncing that correctly because it's Danish and I don't have the speech impediment that is necessary to speak Danish. But in English it means the Royal Danish Navy. So I happily drink my tea from a patriotic Danish mug. It has an anchor on it and a crown, and it has a boat on it. And yes, and it's made of porcelain. So that's all for today, I think. So see you maybe next week. I'm scratching my beard a little bit, thinking about when I could possibly record it. So next week maybe, and see you then.